Hi, Stapel here. I've been asked to do a video about an expertise published by Hinrich Rosenbrock and the Heinrich Böll Stiftung in 2012. I think I will deal with the whole expertise just in text form because it is a lot of work and I'm still doing this in my free time. Notice that all sources are written. The document deals with the anti-feminist men's rights movement in Germany. It basically painted the movement as a right-wing, conservative, women-hating, racist and homophobic ideology and all that stuff that is definitely not true about myself. The right-wing ideology is perceived as a racist ideology in Germany and even a neo-Nazi ideology, which is, in the context of World War II, not really that surprising. And I went through the pages. I made my comments, got some evidence for my claims, and so on. I've written about 21 pages and was not nearly finished. In fact, I was just on page 20 of that PDF file. During my research for this expertise, I stumbled upon the subtitle of one blog, Genderama, the left wing of the anti-sexist men's rights movement, by Arne Hoffmann. I often read this blog before, but I never paid attention to this particular part of it. It came to my mind what I read in the expertise and the source that is used in that expertise. Hinrich Rosenbrock says in his expertise on page 23, quote, Arne Hoffmann announced on the 21st of August 2011 that he wouldn't continue his blog. The reason for this would be the rise of right-wing thoughts within the movement. How the events can divide the movement is not part of this document, unquote. Why isn't it part of the document? If the document is about, the expertise is about the political orientation of the men's rights movement in Germany, why isn't part of this document the left wing? Why is there no discussion how it can divide it? This was sourced, and in this source Arne Hoffmann quotes some of his readers he agrees with. Quote, It has been shown that there are, when it started a few, later more, men in the men's rights movement who think that right-wing ideology is more important than the MRM. What was left-wing or center shouldn't be part of the MRM, regardless if it helps the movement or not, unquote. Quote, The sad thing is that I am bound with the issue of men's rights, but at the same time these forums show, with a few exceptions, with whom I would have to work. This is not working for me anymore, unquote. Arne Hoffmann comments his quotes with, quote, These are not single voices. I received a bunch of such mails, unquote. He then goes into more details about the right-left debacle, who is the same opinion as he is, and so on. If you'd like to read more about it, the link is in the description. So we have a relatively loud voice in the German MRM who states that fighting for his human rights doesn't work for him because he has to do it with right-wing racists. He claims that many who think like him do not like it either. So clearly, in the source Hinrich Rosenbrock presents, we have left-wing MRAs. We have left-wing MRAs who do not want to work with right-wing ideologues. And still Mr. Rosenbrock only wants to address the right-wing part of the MRM. In fact, the prologue only consists of slurs like right-wing, racist, homophobic, women-hating and stuff like that. In the index he only deals with the overlay to the new and extreme right. On page 21 he claims that this survey will prove that the MRM in Germany is racist, homophobic, misogynistic and so on. I quoted from page 23 that the differences from right and left wing might divide the MRM, though he kind of acknowledges that there is a left wing part of the MRM. So why does he focus so much on the right wing part? Why doesn't he strengthen the left wing part? Why is he slandering the, for lack of a better word, surviving left wingers as right wingers? Why does he use weird words like some and a few? But in his whole expertise he only deals with the bad examples. He gives the answer to this on page 20. Quote, Apart from that, it is obvious that some rules for communication limit exclusion and that these rules can make debates more effective. In this sense, it is understandable that being constructive and being able to take criticism is something that should be part of the gender debate." Unquote. At this point, I want to point out the following. On page 21, you can read, quote, "However, it, the MRM, includes liberal tendencies that romanticizes, with an anti-statist basic setting, equality to an issue of the free individual and reject every state equality and women's advancement policies." Unquote. In the context of that expertise, anti-statist is clearly not meant in a positive way. Authors saying romanticize equality to an issue of the free individual seems not to be meant positively. Statism is planned economy. It is a way of thinking directed to the interests of the state, or a political act that tries to give the state more power to the expense of rights, freedom, competence, and independence of society, especially from an economic and private point of view. We had statism before in Germany. It was the Deutsche Demokratische Republik, the German Democratic Republic, or East Germany. People didn't like it. So what is his goal? It is not about right-wing or left-wing. If it would be that, he would have been concerned about left-wing partners in the MRM. He would have helped them. It is not about men's rights. If it would be about that, he as a feminist would be a bigot, because feminism fights for men too, you see. To the feminists out there, might it be that he wants to shut down the opposition? Might it be that he knows that he will win the popularity contest as left-winger compared to a right-winger? Might it be that he is fully aware that his ideology is a totalitarian ideology, and that he knows that a totalitarian ideology would never win the popularity contest against a liberal ideology? I suggest you think about it.